Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay? Yeah, I'll explain everything.
I'm under arrest for robbery?
You are, but let me read your rights real quick, okay? And then I'll explain it all to you. Is that okay? Let me do that real fast? Okay.
The man you see in the interrogation room is called Jeff. We don't know much about him other than the following. Jeff is a resident of Georgia. He is facing the charge of armed robbery, which could see him spend a minimum of 10 years behind bars, and Jeff was in the grips of a severe heroin addiction. What Jeff wasn't was an armed robber.
Can you read with me? Just read in your head, okay? Before we ask you any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to the lawyer for advice before we question you, and have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time that you want until you talk to the lawyer. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you? Does that make sense? Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Jeff was no stranger to the system. His drug addiction led to multiple previous run-ins with the law that saw him sitting in this exact position before, but that also meant that Jeff had become somewhat accustomed to the interrogation tactics used by detectives, and he wasn't about to let them get one over on him.
Jeff, I'm just here to talk to you and figure out what happened and move you on out of here, at least some of it. So do you understand the rights I read to you?
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the
You look like the
I am.
Jeff, do you understand your rights? Yes or no? I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you.
Okay, fair enough. You change your mind? You want to talk to us?
Yeah.
You wanted a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone.
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Cause I'm a junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
Where do you usually get your methadone from?
I don't get it. I get heroin.
Jeff is in a weakened state as he is currently suffering through heroin withdrawals. When someone is in active addiction, the drug of choice activates the brain's opioid receptors. After continued use, the brain adapts to its new normal and builds a tolerance to the drug, hence the desire of users to continue to push the dosage. However, when someone slows down or stops usage completely, there is a variety of withdrawal symptoms they will go through. While it differs from person to person, they can include fly-like symptoms: chills, fever, sweating, headaches, gastrointestinal issues, irritability, and depression. These may not be life-threatening, but they can be extremely painful to deal with. The interrogators know this and hope that with some pushing, Jeff will say something that incriminates himself.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
The detective was attempting to build a sort of rapport with Jeff by having him open up about his drug use history. Jeff, on the other hand, only wants to talk about what he is being accused of.
talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't have
keep
nothing.
up
I
the
don't
act.
talk to the police, man.
I think it's in your best interest to. Man.
How? I don't talk to
you're
the
sitting
police.
Here, okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have.
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside. There are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I said, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it. Let me read it. You heard it earlier already. You've been through the system. You know it. It ain't going to change a thing. You're still sitting here. Warning as to your rights guaranteed by the Miranda decision of the Supreme Court of the United States.
You already read it to me earlier.
I know we did, but I'm going to read it to you again.
Thanks for the coat.
You're welcome. Before we ask any questions, you must understand what your rights are. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you and have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer and want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you will still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand the rights I've explained to you?
No.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
Note how Jeff has asked for a lawyer, which should mean the interrogation comes to an immediate end, but it continues.
All right. This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed just in the...
Because I told you what... I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you what...
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an
I want a
attorney.
lawyer.
So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell.
We
That's
haven't
my
interviewed
home.
you yet.
That's my home.
All right?
Well, you haven't interviewed me yet.
Yeah.
I'm not being interviewed. I'm a lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. We haven't interviewed you yet. Hang on.
As previously mentioned, since Jeff knows the system and knows what can and can't be done by detectives, he is able to insist on the conversation ending, or as he put it, wham bam, thank you for the coke, put me back in the cell. Had there been a different person in this situation who was less familiar with how this worked, they may have felt compelled to keep talking with the detective, regardless of whether they were guilty or not.
What's that?
Just my phone. All right. I know we did this twice, but I got to do it again every time, okay? Before asking you questions, I got to read your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you. Have him with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer, you still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Do you understand that? Okay. Go ahead and sign there. Let me take your gift off.
Look, I'm not signing nothing. I don't want
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. You understand your rights, though, right?
Yeah.
That's all I need. A verbal yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
When's this coke gonna be here? Or is that just a fairy tale?
It's coming. He's getting it right now. He'll be here in about 2 minutes. He's watching the soda machine. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I need to know what this DOC or PNP hold is. What's that about?
It's with your parole.
What does that mean?
Basically, they put a parole violation on you.
They put a violation on me. So I had this before, or what?
No. I got you violated.
You did?
Yeah.
For what?
For armed robbery.
I ain't been charged with armed robbery.
Maybe.
Right?
Well, I'm charged with armed robbery and
Yeah.
possession of a firearm.
Jeff is back in the interrogation room, again with the promise of a Coke. At this point, the detective is still playing the good cop role. He isn't laying into Jeff and repeatedly invites him to give his side of the story. He also uncuffs Jeff, again trying to make him feel like a friend rather than someone working to get him sent to prison.
You on?
Yeah.
I thought I got PFI on that.
You did. You know what PFI means, right?
Pending further investigation?
That basically what that means is because there's no prosecutor on the weekends, I PFI you. Monday morning I call a prosecutor and we write the case and then we get a warrant for you for armed robbery. It tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to Aaron, I talked to Becky,
Yeah.
got their statements.
Well, they made statements?
Yeah,
What they
their
say?
statements. Basically I was just talking because when Officer Hawkins arrested you, he told you that you told him that you lived there.
I didn't say I
Or you were
lived
staying
there.
there.
I just said I stayed there that night.
Had you been there during the night?
Yeah.
Did Aaron know you were there?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah. I mean, he might have been asleep, but that's where I was staying that
What
night.
time did you get there?
No. You know what? I'm not answering that question. This is bullshit.
I'm happy to help you out.
You can't help me, man.
Oh, I can't.
Can I have my butterfinger, please?
Just finish your Coke first.
I don't get why I don't.
Well, here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
Like what?
of your armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what?
As soon as Jeff asked for details about the supposed evidence, it becomes clear that this angle has not worked on him. The detective now has to try and put further pressure on him, with little backing him up to do so. Unfortunately for him, Jeff can see right through the ploy.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that? I mean, you haven't been helpful to me at all.
Because I don't believe that you got any evidence. Because I didn't do it, so there's no.
Well, here's it. I'll give you one piece of my evidence, okay?
Yeah.
One piece. The phone for 7-Eleven was taken by the suspect, whoever that was, okay? It was taken by the suspect and was thrown in the dumpster behind 7-Eleven, okay? We got DNA off that phone. Right? That's one piece of my evidence. I have a lot of other evidence, okay?
Like what?
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name
Well, why do I need to do that?
them.
You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something. All right? What time did you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't mean dick.
Sure it does.
Well, you're arresting me for robbery tomorrow, so what the fuck does that do?
You help me out, I can help you out in certain
You
ways.
can't tell me that you can help me out. Because all you said is that you're charging me with some bogus-ass armed robbery bullshit.
Okay.
And I don't believe... there's no way. I didn't do it. There's no way.
How drunk were you? Were you drunk?
No, I was pretty sober.
So you're in your right mind. You remember everything about the night, right? So you couldn't have done something not remembered. You couldn't have gone and robbed the place and not remembered?
Fuck, no.
Okay, so you would remember if you robbed the place.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
Is this all being recorded, huh? And written down?
I'm not writing anything down right now.
But they are. Right?
I don't think there's anybody watching it. The guy that brought me the cokes writing reports. You asked me to bring you up here. I was done talking to you. If you want, why don't we just talk about the gun? Let's start there. Okay?
I don't fucking have a gun or own a gun.
Okay. I don't think you do. I know you don't own one. Okay. But I need to know where that gun came from.
I don't have... What the fuck are you talking about?
The gun you were sitting on.
I was sitting on?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Over at Aaron's house.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because Aaron says it wasn't his.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like I said, you give me a little, I'll give you a little. Alright? I got a lot more I can tell you about the whole thing. But you got to help me out, too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So I'm willing to go to the prosecutor, I'm willing to go to the parole officer and say, this guy's a good guy, he helped me out.
Hey, you know what?
I've been doing this a long time, man.
That was the detective's final card to play, him passing on a good word to Jeff's parole officer. Like everything before this point, it didn't work.
I've been doing this a long time.
Me too.
I know. I remember back in 2002, I was on the case. I worked that case as a patrol officer. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. I know you don't want to go back to jail, right? Back to prison.
Well, fuck. It looks like I am if and you're going to charge me with some bogus shit. You guys don't... what do you got, really? That I was at a buddy's house and I happened to come outside because you guys were fucking swarming the area and they
Which door did you come out of?
I came out of the front door. You know what? I'm not saying myself, man. Fucking dog going crazy. You know what? I'm done.
Can you sit down for me?
Huh?
Can you sit down for me? Thanks.
I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
Every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is gonna be in the discovery.
I'm not even gonna do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-ass know
Yeah.
that the only reason I came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
And I got it, but now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's go to the hospital.
I'll let the jailer know you go to the hospital. You still gonna be back here, you know that, right?
Where?
Here at the jail, as soon as you get out of the hospital.
Well,
You're not getting out.
I know. I can't finish it.
You can finish it. Make it quick. I got things to do.
That Butterfinger, you promised.
I didn't promise you that. I said we'd see what happens. Alright? Like I said, you haven't helped me out at all. Why should I help you out?
What you watched from Jeff was a masterclass in how not to incriminate yourself. This footage also gives an interesting glimpse into the nature of criminal interrogations and the different tactics detectives will use. It's no wonder false confessions are rampant. Thank you for watching the Evil Psyche channel. Don't forget to subscribe to join us next time.